Welcome to 169 on QTV. Now I'll tell you that safari is actually the easiest way for your adventure to go and kind of explore the world and nature with your family, friends, even about yourself. Right, so today, like I say, we are at Kaingu Safari Lodges. I'm actually joined by Geo Dixon. Geo Dixon happens to be the owner of this space. The tactics, all the adventurous mechanisms that has actually been put in place here. This is the man behind everything. I would say that.
Partially.
But I would say this is a very unique setup. In the Riviera, the banks of the Kaingu River.
Correct.
All right, and of course, finding peculiar chalets as such. For me, it's actually an experience that I'm talking, about, because I've been here, for the past days. But I know that there's going to be more experiences for people that are coming to Africa, coming to Zambia, and precisely in the Kaingu National Park. What makes this place here more unique?
Machimando, I would sum up the Kaingu's uniqueness, I would say, is solitude and wilderness. There's a lot of national parks in Zambia, ranging from the Lusaka Park through to Mozeo, Tunya, South Luangwa, Lower Zambezi. They're all unique, they're all beautiful.
Right.
The Kaingu is just vast. It's big, it's empty, there's less tourists, there's less lodges. It's one of Africa's most important and largest remaining wilderness areas. 22,500 square kilometers. It's bigger than the state of Israel.
Definitely.
Yeah. If you add in the GMAs, it's the size of Switzerland. So it's bigger than some countries. And that's reflected in the overall scale of the place. Everything about the Kaingu is big.
Right.
Big elephants, big lions, big river.
Yeah.
You guys saw this morning.
Yes.
That mist on the river.
Yeah.
We were out there. There was no other boats, no other vehicles. All we heard was the bird calls.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. We might not have the game density of a South Luangwa or Lower Zambezi, but we also don't have the tourist density.
Yeah.
And that's one of the major draw cards. We get a lot of guys coming here. They're looking for the complete contrast. The hustle and bustle of Lusaka, or the busyness of other areas. They come here. No network, just peace.
Yeah. It's just you.
It's just you.
It's just you. It's just you and your family, and there's just that experience that takes you back, to the bush life.
Yeah.
And free mindset. The only thing that you're thinking about, obviously, is getting to see crossings by the animals.
Yeah.
The territorial owners. so
the original owners.
The original owners. Now, pointing out in the biggest geography of the Kaingu National Park is Kaingu Safari Lodges. What exactly are you offering around here?
We offer an amazing variety of activities. We have everything from canoeing through to walking, boating on this unique stretch of river with all the rocks and channels.
Yeah.
In the hot months, when the river's at its lowest, we have natural pools that we basically fence off with rocks.
Yeah.
You can swim and bob around with a cold mosey or a glass of white wine in the heat of the day.
Okay.
Game drives, obviously.
Yeah.
We cross over the river. We do most of our game drives in the national park.
True.
You saw yesterday on the game drive, we saw a lot of good stuff from leopard,
Exactly.
hartebeest, oribi.
Yeah.
It was a good day. Elephants, of course.
Yeah.
The one advantage that Kaingu has, despite the solitude and the remoteness in the wilderness, is ease of access.
Okay.
Took us 45 minutes up to the M9.
Up the M9, yeah.
And then from there it took us, 3.5 hours from Lusaka.
Yeah.
So, you can be 5 hours door to door. Come for a weekend, long weekend, leave Friday lunchtime, take the afternoon off work.
Yeah.
You're here in the evening, cross over by boat.
Yeah.
The roads are good. We've got sedan cars coming in regularly. The big bus that we were using yesterday,
Absolutely.
it's not a high 4x4.
Yeah.
And it managed fine.
Yeah.
So despite the fact that you're here basically in this untouched wilderness,
Yeah.
it's easy of access. Good gravel, good tar roads.
Yeah. Plus the facilities found here, obviously. You actually at my backyard, on my balcony, I'd say. Right. Home, away from home.
Yep.
And they're kind of feeling bad. Obviously, one should be screwing up their sort of coffers, for them to certainly get to, a certain confinement of what they're supposed to spend on the come here. It's pretty much affordable.
It is. We have a split. Our guest mixture is about 50% international, 50% local.
Right.
The local rate is about half the international rate.
Yeah.
We do specials through Facebook, through Addicts. Depends on the time of year, the season, and so on.
Yeah.
But you're talking about maybe $180 per night.
$180 per night.
That
Right.
includes, one activity per night stayed, all your food.
So the game drive,
Everything.
is inclusive.
The only thing it doesn't
lounge.
include is park fees and bar drinks.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it.
So the park fees you really have to pay at the entry point.
No, we have a scout here.
Yeah.
So when you enter, you say you're going to Kaingu, you pay here to the scout, and then we give a receipt, which you show at the gate on the way out. So
Yeah.
it's an easy, hassle-free trip to the wilderness.
Tell me something about the nature of the act here. It looks so beautiful, and such facilities like camp tent,
Yeah.
a chalet under it,
Yeah.
makes it more even like cosmetic, like you just see around town. But there's that bush attachment.
Yeah.
I don't know what was ringing in whose mind, to actually come up with such stuff, amazing stuff.
When we came up with the idea of Kaingu,
Yeah.
part of it, or one of the most important things was really to blend into the environment.
Right.
George was flying his drone this morning.
Yeah.
He was getting some shots of the river.
Certainly. Yeah.
When you look at that screen, you can't even see the camp.
Oh.
It
Yeah.
just disappears into the trees. You see here the chalets nestled into the trees.
Yeah.
So, we've used all local material, bush poles, thatch, rocks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of granite rocks you've seen in this area
Yeah. Cool.
to create the bathrooms, to create features, so that you're really what could I say, almost at one with nature, or as
Yeah.
one as you can be, but still being in a comfortable bed
Yeah.
with the mosquito net.
Absolutely.
And being safe.
Yeah. And the other innovation is actually, obviously being away far much from the grid, as in power grid. There's been an initiative of still having power and lights around.
Yeah, we run a solar power system.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got panels, batteries, inverters.
Yeah.
So in the guest tents, we don't have AC power.
Yeah.
We have low voltage solar. And then in the main area, we've got AC power for charging the phones, the iPads, the laptops, the cameras.
So in matters that you are aware from your networking about phones and everything, there's always a guarantee that's going to be in touch a little bit with, because internet is fully fledged.
Yeah, we got Wi-Fi here. We've got a satellite-based internet.
Right.
So you can still WhatsApp and
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff.
True.
Not big, but you can.
Yeah. The complete cycle obviously really has to do with safety. A lot of us that are coming from the places where we only meet people in the streets and them, and this time around really have to get ready to meet an animal.
Yeah.
It could be daunting, to want to be coming, to this place here. But
Yeah.
how guaranteed are they that safety is very much,
Safety is number one priority, much amended. Personally speaking, I feel safer walking around here than I do in the car park at Manda Hills. The original inhabitants are still here.
Yeah.
The number one we have to watch out for at night is hippos.
Yeah.
Because they pop out the river and they're grazing on this nice green grass by the chalet here.
Yeah.
So after dark, we'll always escort the guests with big flashlights
around
to and from the tents.
Yeah.
And during the day, when you're wandering around the paths of the camp, you got to keep an eye open.
Yeah, sure.
But most animals, the immediate reaction on seeing us is to move away. They're afraid of us. We've been hunting them for generations, for thousands of years.
Yeah.
So their first reaction is to move away. If you come into their space by accident,
Yeah.
you might have a problem. But that doesn't happen here because we've got our guides that walk everybody around, and we're in touch constantly with what's around in the camp.
Yeah, true.
So like last night I heard an elephant outside my house.
Oh, experience.
Yeah, so I radioed down to Kebby. I said, look Kebby, just be aware when we're walking the guys home tonight, there are elephants around. So he had a good look around before even walking the guests back. So safety is number one. But really, wild animals, they're not out to get you. Okay. So with certain basic precautions, you can almost eliminate the risk. Right. Life jackets on the boats, no swimming apart from the pools that we know are designated croc-free when the water level drops. So safety is something that, we do it day to day.
Another component I'll talk about is obviously style. As you go about your activities, what sort of style makes it more unique for you? There's rivalry, of course, the time when it comes for your offers. You have safaris surrounding you. Yeah. But then again, there's this here at the Kaingu Lodge. Yeah.
What's unique? 169 style.
Absolutely.
What I would say is personalized, Machimanda. You come here. We don't say, okay, at 1600 the boat cruise is going. If you're not there, you're off. You arrive here and we sit down and we say, what do you want to get out of your safari? What's your interests? What do you want to do? We have quite a large number of boats, vehicles and guides for an establishment this size. We have that large number because we try to tailor make every experience. It's not what we want to do, and it's not on our time. It's on your time and what you want to do. Right. So it's very personalized.
So in style, we offering game drives. We had an experience obviously in the bush, but there's also these walk-ins that have actually come in. Do you have guides that we take people around to walk around the parks?
If we're walking, we're always accompanied by an armed Department of National Parks scout. Right. And probably the walk that we do the most is a very short, simple one. But it is absolutely beautiful. Right. Leave here late afternoon, just a 3-4 kilometre walk through the dambos and the forests here, and then there's a big granite hill called Mpamba Hill, where you climb up and you've got a 360-degree view of the Kafue National Park, the Mwala Game Management Area. The sun's coming down. You do not see a single man-made object, and you just appreciate the solitude and the space. Gin and tonic, sun coming down, and then a bit of a night drive back, maybe seeing a leopard, civet cat, something like that. More adventurous walks, if people want to walk in the national park, again, no problem. If they want to encounter game on foot, then we cross over to the park where there's more chances of that happening. But again, safety being number one. We might want to see the animals, but we don't want to go too close.
Right. So around this space, which animals are pretty more indigenous?
This area is very
close
good,
to the
very good for leopard. We've got all these granite outcrops, lots of bushbuck on the river, which is one of the leopard's favourite snacks.
Oh, really?
yeah.
That's what you call it.
Lions, we've got a lot of good lion sightings recently in the national park. And for me, one of the real highlights in the hot months, as the water levels really drop, is elephants. Elephants crossing from island to island. You've seen these islands out on the boat. True. Now you imagine like 7-8 elephants just crossing that river, standing on rocks. It's beautiful.
Good scenery. All right, my experience obviously gonna be ending here. It's been wonderful, really. But I know there's more exploits here that we can actually get to take advantage of, and I'm sure you'll be the guide for now, or perhaps anybody assigned to us. But thank you so much for your time. Wish you all the best.
Much abundant. Thank you.
I know that one who's watching 169 gonna be heading onto the Kaingu safaris. Yeah, true. Cheers, Gil.
Thank you.
Awesome. That's it. Where did you travel? And of course didn't find a complete set of your kind of package, entertainment, everything that you need. There's certainly going to be a counter somewhere. There's going to be some drink somewhere. There's going to be all sorts of things that I find. Obviously, Kaingu Safaris really has to offer this for them to make it a complete, set for you as you're away from home, as you're away from your usual kind of style to be entertained. So, okay, Benson here. What's going on, Benson? How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Good, thank you. and KB. What do you think about KB? Kawamba. Yeah, KB is a native. He's a gentleman who's been telling me stories about, having grown up in the bush, all the experiences out, the lions, the elephants, and everything. But what sort of clientele do you have when it comes to people coming here?
The clients?
Yeah.
We have different kind of clients. We have Americans, we have Dutch people. So it's a lot of clients we have.
Yeah, so the activity here is quite full-fledged.
Yeah.
You don't have down moments. The seasons are all about the same that you can describe.
No. From March to April, we have a little bit of challenges. In terms of
tourists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But during winter,
yeah,
as much as I can say peak season,
yeah,
we have quite a bit of
time. So most funds prepared actually by the Riviera and the like. So you're the best man here for entertainment.
Oh yeah.
Right. Anything that I would find when I'm in the city is here.
Yeah.
This is a fully fledged package.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So remember we were discussing certain companies that you find here, and I was busy talking about the porcupines, everything. Why do you have such a setup of a bar? Is there any reason for such an architecture?
Yeah, why we have this? Because one, it's a decoration.
Okay.
Two, we want it to be culture and seeing at the environment.
Yeah.
We are in rural remote, so we need to don't want to have modern decoration.
Setup, yeah. So this really has to depict a bush. This is like a tree.
Yeah. So as you can see, there's handmade crafts there. So we want it to be traditional, culturally, and
Okay. KB was telling me something about I don't know. What do you call those things again? I was telling about mom coming from the eastern part, and when you wear those in your feet and making all those sounds. But that's a natural fruit.
Yeah.
Just like hug it up for me and bring it. I don't know. It's a fruit, right? It's a wild fruit, so to speak. So this is. I don't know if you've come across any tradition of dance where you have people wearing these like pads, so to say, and stamping on the feet and making that sound, right?
The
Tumbukas, they call that Vimbuza. The Vimbuza dance they wear.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is just like a fruit, right?
Yeah, this is a fruit. They grow in the bush, and they bear some fruits that have got black and a little bit of small black seeds in it.
Right.
And the locals we call these sakalalas. Sakalalas. But they're quite useful, not only for decoration, but also they provide essential nutrients that are required if you're in the bush. Okay.
Food.
Yeah, you can eat them. Yeah, very very tasty.
Right.
Okay? So most of the time, like in our case here, like what Benson has just alluded to, you say that we keep most of these traditional things just because we want to show what we have. Here we want to keep exactly the cultures and also the whole thing in the traditional manners.
Right.
For example, when you have got visitors that comes all the way from America, or maybe those that come from overseas, they would love to see what the Zambian culture looks like. So some of these things we use them, just like them in the Western we use these, like the pianos. So these are the things that we have right here at the lodge.
Okay, nice. Right. So Ben, thanks very much. I know that this is your spot. We'll leave you for now. We'll come for drinks later in the morning.
All right.
So I'm gonna be having KB, to take me a bit of around in this place. The walkway. Just talking about safety. Obviously, when you have to move around with the guide, is one of them. Do you cruise the boat too?
Exactly.
Oh, nice, man. I would love you to take me to one of the chalets.
Okay.
Take me to one of the spots here that you feel has a story to tell.
No problem.
Watching 169. Alright, so nothing like being in the bush and experiencing, that sort of bushy lifestyle where you have to get the firewood for you to cook up anything, or perhaps have your water ready. This is a setup of some sort of solar panel.
Yes,
That's a geyser, right?
exactly.
Obviously providing the heated water all the time. And preference for those that have cold showers and hot showers.
Exactly.
Alright, okay, so that's impas, huh?
Yeah, this is locally made. These are made out of the reeds.
Yeah.
We just get these from the river.
The banks of the
They are dried up and then made it. This is just there to provide the shade for the geyser. The geyser is inside here. Yeah, that's where the geyser is.
Okay.
So what happens? The solar here, once they're charging, there is a battery down there,
Okay.
which provides the connection to the geyser. So most of the time, these geysers, the solar setup is more active when there is a clear sky, like the way it is
When
today.
it's sunny,
Okay,
yes.
when it is very sunny. So the more light that the solar receive, the panel receive,
Yeah.
the hotter the more hotter the water that will be in the geyser. But sometimes we have got few challenges, like maybe if it is completely cloud covered.
Yeah.
So most of the time we have got lukewarm water, but not very cold,
Yeah.
not very hot, but just in the moderate arrangement.
So this would have provided its purpose, the covering.
Yes.
Yeah,
And also maybe to keep away from animals. You know, we have got elephants moving around here. So at least in this it looks more natural than when it is in that silver color the way it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the power generation is from there. What's this I'm saying? I'm not listening.
This is it provides the water. The water is being heated here. You see the pipes here going through here, and then packed here in the geyser. It is not heating system,
Right.
which is here from the power of the solar.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, nice, right. Thanks, KB. Well, I'm sure you're still taking us more on the exploration.
All right.
Thank you for staying on the 169. This is the inside of one of the chalets, around here. Room number 1, actually. So chalet number 1, and this is what you get to experience and find. All right. Any star-studded sort of hotel. I don't know if it's a lodge or what. Still uniquely here. Well, I doubt if there's anything lacking in around. Okay, but all the peculiar parks and whatnot. KB had talked about. I don't know if I can call this a natural shower. But the decision is of you can have a shower right inside, and a shower, from outside. This looks more of some sort of it's a balcony or what? A backyard. Yeah, but it's nicely covered. And whilst you take a shower here, watching the river, and well, it's all about adventures and that nature, right? Yeah, something very, very natural actually.
Put a towel
Hangings, I
there.
guess. Towel,
Yeah. Put a towel there, soap there.
garments. All right. If you decided to obviously maybe take a rest, whilst you
Yeah.
can still
Yeah.
chill there. All right.
Can chill there.
So this provision also has for both hot and cold water.
Hot and cold water. All the
From the same
connections
system
from the
outside.
same system.
Yeah,
From
doesn't
outside.
matter being inside or being outside.
Exactly.
Right. So there you have it.
The other area there at the end is very rocky.
It's very rocky.
So you only concentrate much here up to the camping site.
it's good down south.
Yeah.
So which part of the park has more animals? I don't know if would you use most of the regular? Is the one at in the western side and the one
Yeah,
in the northern side?
the situation is where we are here is a game management area.
Yeah,
So we have got mammals, but they are not as in the national park.
in the national park.
Because this side where we are, it's like we are in a hunting block zone. And you see a lot of people, they have got the access to the mammals, they can hunt in the game management area.
Yeah.
But we have got all the animals that we have. We have got cheetahs, we have got buffaloes, we have got elephants, we have
So
got...
the animals that you find across the river.
It's almost the same,
same as
because
the sign.
animals mostly they do not have boundaries to say, okay, this is the national park. For them, once the water level has gone down,
They can
still cross here and be in the island, proceed up to the next channel.
Oh, right. Interesting.
Sure.
All right. So for those that may actually get to decide to have, a camp of their own away from the chalets, away from the bookings at the Kaingu Safari Lodge, within the space itself, they've got, this is actually a campsite, right?
Exactly.
Where you can come and erect your own tents if that's if you come with them. I think the only provision that KB will talk about is what you're seeing over there, showers and toilets. So once I erect my own here, it means that I have to do everything by myself.
Well, once you are camped here at the camping site, you'll be here on your own. Remember, the area is not fenced, and you have got all the access to the mammals. The monkeys are there.
Yeah.
You mount your tent just there in front of these the two structures that you can see there.
Right.
The other one is both of them. They have got the toilet facility and also the shower.
Right.
So there are people normally who comes in separate. So the other site is called Rapid 1.
Yeah.
The other one is called Rapid 2. Simply because of the noise that you can see, those are the rapids that we have.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the site is closer to the rapids.
Okay.
So you mount your own tent there. You do the cookings. We only provide you with the firewood and the hot water for you. And then you'll be cooking here and you take care of yourselves. But you have also the access to the main area there.
Take care of the animals do not walk
Yeah,
here.
well, animals like monkeys, they will take advantage of you if you are careless.
Okay.
Or say if you have got some bananas, some oranges, you just leave them carelessly.
Yeah.
The monkeys will come in, pick the oranges and help themselves.
Yeah.
Free food for them.
Okay.
So you will be here alone. We shall just provide you with the facilities the services, like checking is the hot water there, or the firewood, is the firewood there, or the bathrooms which you are using here, are they clean? Those are the
What about the
services.
guarding, from the animals that might be more dangerous? Those territorial animals, we call them, like seven lions.
Well, we have got a few dangerous mammals around this area. Sometimes, for example, the hippos. The river is just here, and the hippos would love to come and enjoy the green grass here.
So the campers are safe?
They are very, very safe. Because most of these wild animals, they do not temper to destroy your site which you have created as a human. Yeah, they will always give you. They are also afraid because you are an intruder in their territory. They will rather keep away from you, or they will just be around you and see what you are doing.
It's like a thief coming and you're also scared of it. All right, but it's your own house.
Exactly.
All right. I was just worried a little bit about having outside facilities like showers and toilets. They're not self-contained in the tent, and this person has to walk out in the evening. There's still an eye that one really has to keep if campers in this space here.
Most of the time, the campers they like coming with those vans. You see, they are mounted on top of their cars. Okay, most of them. Caravans.
Yeah.
So most of their facilities that such equipped in such that they are in such a way that they are very, very safe.
Okay.
Yeah, they are not worried at all. They know the consequences of being in the bush.
Yeah, true. So at Rapid 1 and Rapid 2?
Yeah, this is Rapid 1 and Rapid 2.
But still in the campsite, and all this at Kaingu Safaris. Now there's one, this name actually rings a bell. Kaingu. Kaingu, what does it mean? Or how did you come up with the name?
People have mistaken Kaingu and Kaingu. There is one lodge in South Luangwa which is called Kaingu, which means a leopard. But this
Kaingu
one,
Kaingu
is a leopard. But this name is Kaingu. Kaingu is derived from the name of the chief because the lodge is situated in Chief Kaingu's area. So it is just named after the chief.
I was beginning to think it's an animal also, but I'd forgotten that Kaingu is actually a leopard, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is in Ila?
Kaingu, I think somewhere there in Eastern, that's where that name comes from.
Kaingu, is it East Africa? Anyway, we'll still find that. That's your 169 exploits. Nothing will ever beat the touch of Africa because natural stuff is always essential for everything that you always get to find. Look at that. And of course takes me to the curious shop. As always, if you come to the safaris, you come to any sort of setup like this, there's got to be something unique to take back home, especially if you're coming from across Africa, if you're coming maybe from another African country, and of course you want to experience the Zambian touch. And I'm sure this base explains everything about itself. KB and I are actually discussing quite a lot more things. I don't know how old I was when I played with something like this. Okay, it's more like wire. What were you calling them at the time?
Kanjinga
Kama
You
wire.
see?
No.
Like the guy is running away from the lion.
Oh, okay.
You see?
So that's those.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see the lion is also chasing.
This
Yeah,
is just. Oh, okay. I was thinking it's one of those cars that you would
It's
drive
almost-
around when you're younger.
It's almost the same.
Yeah, but anyway, there's just a story to tell here. I'm sure a youngster here will be very enthusiastic about this one. Like, what's going on? I should be taking this for my baby. Well, I guess the adventure point now comes to the mark of an end to some extent. But there's 2 more time for me to go see everything around. But for yours actually, I took you around, I guess, and this is all we had for you today on the 169. And next time when we take you there, it's gonna be another interesting place. Please don't worry about me being in this at the end of the time. Thank you so much. Bye.